Yo, what's up with it, y'all? It's JD and I'm back with another quick video. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys 5 ways that calisthenics is connected to mental performance. Now, if you guys are new to the channel and you guys are interested in fitness, health, travel, overall growth content, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you can get updated every time I drop new content. But let's get back into the video. So calisthenics to me is the ultimate life analogy when it comes down to physical performance. It's a series of progressions, plateaus, setbacks, micro and macro victories that don't have a defined finish line. The life lessons that I've learned in calisthenics have, been life-changing. They've allowed me to bounce back from extremely low points, and I've applied a lot of these lessons that I've learned through calisthenics into other pursuits in life. One major benefit that I say that I've gotten from calisthenics is, staying in the present and unlocking that flow state. And a lot of times when I'm training, I really get into the zone. I can lose track of time. I can really even kind of lose track of where I am. But anyways, guys, I want to get to that list of why calisthenics performance is linked to mental performance. So number 1 on the list is going to be mind-muscle connection, the attention to the details that calisthenics requires. While training calisthenics, we need to focus on form and range of motion. This leads to mindfulness with our movements, attention to details basically. Almost every movement in calisthenics is a compound movement, which means that there's multiple body parts involved in the function of the movement. The example of this is the muscle up. It actually requires us to pull ourselves as high as possible above the bar and then transition into a push movement, basically a straight bar dip to get ourselves completely over the top of the bar. Our brains focus on these mind-muscle connections while training, which is a detail-oriented process which translates into other performance-based pursuits in life. So number 2 on the list is going to be specifically mental health. Now, it's a pretty well-known fact that physical activity and working out can be very beneficial when it comes down to our mental health. It helps for depression and anxiety, ramps up endorphin levels. Exercise should be the first option before taking any medication for your mental health issues. So another aspect of training calisthenics is that when you train, you decrease your stress. You increase your heart rate and can reverse stress actually. So physical activity in general is going to stimulate the mood improving hormone called norepinephrine. It activates the CNS, which is your central nervous system, which improves stress responses. So another aspect of training in general, but specifically training calisthenics, is it's gonna help improve your sleep. And your sleep is gonna improve your circadian rhythm. And this just improves your overall life. I don't know if you guys have ever been extremely sleep deprived before, but I have. And when I was in that sleep deprived state, my health literally just plummeted. I was having all types of health issues and I was only about 31 years old. So, sleep is extremely important. It's one of the most underrated aspects of health. And I think it's something that people kind of sweep to the side because, especially in America, we have this kind of like grind culture where it's like, oh yeah, your rest and all that type of stuff doesn't matter. Just go out and make money. So another aspect of training calisthenics is you're gonna get that brain boost that you get when you get the physical activity. When you work out, your brain creates new brain cells. It improves memory, boosts creativity, and mental energy. I don't know if you guys have ever, if you guys were ever in university or even high school when it came down to studying. If you're studying really hard, that takes a toll on your brain. So one thing that I used to do when I was in high school and even when I was in college is I might be studying really hard for like an hour or two. And then what I do is I take a break. This is back when I used to hoop a lot. I'll take a break and I'll go shoot some baskets, or I'll take a break, maybe go for a run. I'll come back and I'll have way more mental energy than, before I got that physical activity in. So number 3 on the list is that you're gonna build up confidence. You're gonna improve your self-esteem through micro victories. You might be asking yourself, what is a micro victory? So this is kind of a term that I created, and basically what a micro victory is, it's like a very minute victory. It's not like some type of PR, or it's not like, maybe if you're training calisthenics, you want to be able to do a muscle up. A micro victory would be that if you're in the process of learning a muscle up, a micro victory could be that you just got a half an inch higher on your pull up to the point where, you're that much closer to being able to hit the muscle up. And also if you're doing handstands, it could be that maybe you held a handstand for, a half a second longer. To most people, to the naked eye, it's not gonna look like much, but to you, it's an important victory and it's an important improvement. That micro victory might have not gotten to you to the exact goal that you want to get to, but you can acknowledge that micro victory and say, hey, I'm one step closer. You know I'm on this long journey to be able to do whatever it is that I'm trying to do in life, save $100,000, be able to do a full planche, be able to do 10 handstand push-ups, whatever it may be. That's my end goal. But if I'm trying to do 10 handstand push-ups, today I just got a little bit closer because I did 2 handstand push-ups, and that's more than I've ever been able to do in the past. And one thing that you'll learn about calisthenics is that it's a progression-based sport, pretty much. I would say it's a sport. And those progressions teach you a valuable lesson, which is to accept delayed gratification. When it comes down to some of the more advanced movements in calisthenics, they do not come overnight. So if you have an instant gratification mindset, you're more than likely going to quit calisthenics in the beginning stages. So number 4 is going to be delayed gratification. And delayed gratification is one of the most important lessons that we need to learn in life, because one thing that I've learned along my journey and in the time that I've spent on this planet is that the most fulfilling things that we get in life usually take the longest to get. Like if we get something instantaneously, we don't necessarily appreciate it. But if we had to grind for something, if we had to work for something, if we had to stay consistent with something, get disciplined, once we're able to get that final result, or once we're able to achieve our goal, the fulfillment that you get out of that it's almost like a high that you couldn't duplicate with drugs. I think society in general, and I'm not just talking about America, I'm talking about worldwide, entices us with so much instant gratification. We're constantly getting dopamine hits when we log on to Instagram, or we're constantly getting dopamine hits when we get a match on a dating app, or when we watch some type of television program that excites us. We're constantly getting fed all this instant gratification all day, and it kind of just makes us a slave to that algorithm. It makes us a slave to that next dopamine hit. But if you can take a step back, pause, get out of that digital world, and start a delayed gratification pursuit such as calisthenics, it could teach you a lot of life lessons, and I think it can be very beneficial in your bigger pursuits in other areas of your life. Maybe starting your own business, maybe going to get a law degree, or whatever your goals are. So number 5 on the list is calisthenics will help you solidify routine. I think working out in general will help you solidify routine, but I think calisthenics specifically helps you solidify routine because of how progression based it is, how you need to start off in this specific place and then take the steps to get to the next level, and then you need to take more steps to get to the next level. So we need to be in a solid routine. We need to work smart. We also need to work hard. And when it comes down to routines in general, I think a lot of people view routines as monotonous. They view routines as something that's boring. But like I mentioned before, with anything that's of any value in life that you're trying to attain, that you're trying to accomplish, you're going to need to have a little bit of monotony. You're going to need to have a lot of consistency, and you're going to need to work as smart as possible. And I think having a good routine, a good training system, a good training program is something that's going to help you get there. And just to let you guys know, if you guys are looking for a training program, or if you guys are looking for a good training system, you guys can work with me one-on-one. Go to my website, that's travelsthenix.com. You can either purchase one of my ready-to-go programs on there. I can create a custom program for you, or you guys can work with me one-on-one coaching. I do weekly training programs for you, as well as having weekly consultations with you. So if you guys are interested in that, go to my website and you guys can get in contact with me today. But back to solidifying a routine, when it comes down to calisthenics, one thing that me and my homeboy James wholeheartedly believe in is the idea of the 7-day-per-week method, the 7 days per week mindset. And the reason why we love this 7 days per week mindset so much is because over the long haul, you're gonna get so much more volume in your routine and your practice. It's gonna create an absurd amount of momentum. And one thing I've noticed about not training 7 days per week versus training 7 days per week is that when you take a day off or you take 2 days off, it literally puts your momentum to an absolute halt. And I'm sure you guys have some type of experience with this as well, is that, when you build that momentum back up, a lot of times it takes you a little bit longer to get that, train moving as fast, so to speak. as it was when you were maybe in day 5 the previous week and then decided to take 2 days off. So 7 days per week mindset is really the way that I believe that training should be. I'm not saying that you have to go all out every single day, but I am saying that you got to do something every single day. I recently watched an interview with a gentleman who was about 60 years old, trains out of New York. I believe the dude's name is, what the hell is his name? Central Park Joe is his name. And he was talking about that he believes in training 7 days per week, but he didn't necessarily say training 7 days per week. He said being active 7 days per week. And being active 7 days per week is really training 7 days per week, because you're getting that movement in. And like I always say on this channel, movement is medicine. But anyways, guys, those are my 5 ways that calisthenics performance is connected to mental performance, which is connected to any other pursuit that you have in life that's gonna be progression based, that's gonna be performance based. If you guys have anything to drop in the comment section, I'd love to hear from you guys. It helps me out in the algorithm when you guys make a comment. Also, please like the video if you enjoyed the video. Also, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the content. But anyways, hope everybody's having a great day out there. I'll holler at you guys later. Peace.